Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am busy doing the finishing edge on the coasters. I have done two of them at the moment. This is my third one. So I just have one more to do for the coaster after this. And then I will finish the other two, the mandalas, off. That's the two. The scalloped edge on the coasters. But I have been busy this morning. I've had a few orders for my knitting patterns, and I've had to sort them out and hunt around for little bits of card to put in the envelopes. I save cereal boxes, anything with bits of cardboard, and I cut it to the shape of the knitting pattern, which is that, that's the size that it goes in the envelope. And I have to put a bit of card in so the pattern doesn't get folded. I write on the back of the envelope as well, please do not fold. I don't know whether the postman takes any notice, because even with the card you can still fold them. But I've been hunting around. I've had to I keep all the odd little bits as well. I cut out the full size one for the pattern out of the cereal boxes, and any cardboard boxes that thin cardboard boxes that I can use. I cut them all up for my knitting patterns, but I've had quite a few. And I've been hunting around for bits of card for the cut. But I do keep all the little bits. Like I'm saying, I cut the full size for the pattern out, and all the little bits that's not the full size, I still keep them, and I sellotape them together, the bits together, to make the size. And that's what I've had to do this morning, because I had no full size pieces, and I was hunting around for any bits and hoping I don't run out of sellotape, because I tried to get some yesterday when I was out. The size that I use, it's not the smallest one, it's a little bit wider, but it's not the widest one. I tried B&M and a few places, and I couldn't get any yesterday, but I'm going to have to go up to Home Bargains in Poundland, I think, and have a look in there, because I will be needing some of the envelopes as well that I use for to sending my letter, the patterns, and for parcels as well, because I've had a few of those. I've had to use a few of those up as well. So I spent quite a bit of time cutting out. I was having to write round the size, to get the right size, cutting the pieces the size, and then sticking them all together, and then I'll pop them in. I'm going down to my granddaughter's for my Sunday dinner today, and that. So I always get any orders on Saturday. Well, after 11 o'clock on Saturday, which is the last pickup from the post office, I just keep them until today when I'm going down to my granddaughter's, and I pop them in the post box on the way down to my granddaughter's. So I've got a few to pop in. One parcel that I can't pop in there, it has to be weighed because it's a large letter size and it's over 100 grams, so I have to get it weighed because I don't have the right stamps for them ones. So that's what I was doing this morning, which I didn't have time for much of anything else, but it is 12:30 now. It's I go down my granddaughter's about 2. So I'm just doing what I can of these, hoping maybe I'll get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope I'm going to get the at least the 4 coasters finished before I go down, and I'll take a bit of my own knitting down with me, because I won't be doing any knitting. I don't like to do any order type things when I'm down my granddaughter's, because with the kids you tend to make mistakes. But I did a little bit of my own last night. I'll put that down in a minute. And I've actually got a bit of this is the right front. I always start with the left front when I do cardigans, and this is This is the right front, you know, and I had an awful bit of trouble getting these stitches right because I haven't got exactly the same number of stitches at the edges. This edge here, I think I had three of the Irish moss stitch and two just the stitches, so you know, the opposite way around, so the pearl side was shown next to the cables, but I had more on there and it was hard to count the stitches across, and I tried to go from the right front, tried to work it out from the left front, and I kept making mistakes when I was going down. I had to keep pulling it out that row, and I was writing it down as I was going because I'm working the opposite way on to what I was from the left front. It took me ages, but I eventually got it sorted out, so that's how much I had got done. This is because this is the right front, so this is the side that's going to be the seam up here, and this is the front, which is just the 3 stitches there, and the other piece, we'll get the other piece out the back. As you can see, the other piece, that's the stitch that goes to the side. So I had to have those 2 matching pieces so that I had the same stitches on both sides. So I had to work out what I did on here, but the opposite way on. Because I wanted the cables so that the cables here, this cable here, is going to be in the same place as the back, so when I stitch them together the 2 cables will be stitched in the same place. That was why I had different stitches at the start and different stitches at the end here. I wasn't just doing it anyway. I like things to match, so that's what those 2 pieces had to match at the front so that the cables match up on the back and the fronts. So that was that one anyway, sorted out. I'm not sure whether I'm going to put cable up the sleeves or not. I haven't made my mind up whether to put the cable up the sleeves or just do the sleeves all the Irish moss stitch. Maybe some idea, maybe somebody will mention 1 or 2 things to see what they think. So whether I should do the cables up or just do it all Irish moss stitch. I'm not sure, because I quite like the Irish moss stitch as well, because that's what it is. It's not ordinary moss stitch, it's Irish moss stitch. That's knit 2, purl 2. No, it's not. It's knit 1, purl 1 for 2 rows instead of 1 rows like you do ordinary moss stitch. So I was happy I got a bit of that done last night. But I also had, I told you yesterday about the chicken that I cooked. I didn't just cook it, I incinerated it in my microwave. And you know, when I got up this morning, I could smell that all over my house, the smell. Like burnt chicken or whatever you call it. I'm sitting here, I've got the heating blanket on my knee because I've got every window in this house. Every single window I can open is open. I've got one in my living room open, there was one in the dining room, the kitchen one, the passage one, the top of the stairs, all the bedrooms, because the smell has just went all around the whole house. The first thing I noticed when I got up this morning, I opened the toilet door and I could smell it. How it got into that room, because the door's shut all the time, but there is a little gap under the bottom of the door and the smell must have managed to get in through there. And I've got one of those sprays, the Febreze they call it. It's a really nice spray. You get a lovely smell of it. I've been spraying that all over the house and I'm trying to get rid of the smell. I think it is dissipating a little bit. It's not quite as bad as when I first got up this morning. So I did shut the back window, the dining room window, because I was working on the table at the back of the room, sorting my patterns out there. I had to post and that. And it was rather cold. My hands were cold with what was coming, the wind coming in through because the wind was blowing the curtain in, so the wind was blowing into the house. It's not so bad at the front because it's the opposite way on. But I'm going to have to shut all my windows before I go out because the smell was terrible. I don't know how long it'll take for it to go all together, but I'm glad even the room, all my bedroom doors upstairs must have all been open, except my bedroom, because I have the window open during the day in that window, in that bedroom, and I shut that door. Otherwise I'd get a cold draft coming down the stairs all the time. So I'm glad I had shut my bedroom door. But the other doors were open and the smell was in those rooms as well. And I'm glad that all my wool in my workroom is in bags, and that so the smell won't have gone, because the smell could have got onto the wool if it was really bad. I just hope it's gone by the time I come back from my granddaughter's tonight, but I'm going to have to shut my windows before I go out. And that was just through cooking a piece of chicken for far too long. It didn't cook it. There was actually no shape to the chicken whatsoever. It was just a black bubbly stuff in the bottom of the casserole dish. And I put a fork in and I was moving the fork around to see where the chicken was. And it was just mush. And then the fork just stuck to that stuff. I had to pull it hard to get it back out again as it was cooling down. It was like glue. So I had to scrape all that stuff off the bottom of the bowl, and I managed to get it all off. It still wants another good clean over. I've washed it and cleaned it just to get the smell off it as well, but it needs a bit more proper hard scouring pad on it to get all the rest of the marks off the dish. So anyway, I'm just going to sit and do this. I'm going to make myself a drink in a moment and have that just before I go down my granddaughter's. And I'll probably get the other course finished before I go down. So that's just a little bit to let you know what I've been doing, what I'm going to do, where I'm going, and what I'm hoping to do. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.